So if you have successfully turned in your worksheet, and if you are Mrs. Nichols or Miss Yamamoto, I don't know if they've asked you to take screenshots. This is Mrs. Hutchins. So if you've gotten this approved somehow, then you can go on to part 2. And here's where the stuff that we made you get was. We gave you all some black beans, some red beans, and some white beans. Okay? We gave everybody that so you could do this project. And we even gave those of you who needed it some white glue. If for some reason you don't have white glue, you can come by the school and get some if your teacher says so. My class, if you don't have white glue and you need it, you can come by and get it. Miss Yamamoto and Miss Nichols' class, you might have to check with your teacher. Okay, so now once we've done this, we're going to talk about building our atom plate. So you all got a plate. And what you're going to do is you're going to start building your nucleus. And your nucleus is going to be in the center. And we're going to need, for this, I'm going to need red beans for my neutrons and white beans for my protons. So here's what I'm going to do. My protons, my neutrons, I have 30 of them. So legit, I have to glue 30 in there. So in this case, I'm going to make just a pile of glue. I wouldn't do it if I was doing the electrons, but I'm just going to do a pile of glue. All right, smarter, not harder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to need more. And I'm leaving some space so I can stick my protons in there, but you don't have to. I mean, you can. I recommend it. But okay, what did I have? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Might need a little glue. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, so my 30 neutrons. And if you're wondering, where the heck did you get that number, Mrs. Hutchins? Remember, I've already done all of my math here, and I had 30 neutrons. Okay? All right, now I'm going to put in protons. And protons, I need 25. And I know I need 25 because my atomic number is 25, and that's the number of protons. So 1, 2, 3, I'm not going to, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 5 more to go. 21, 22, 23, and then 24 and 25. Okay. And don't worry if you have leftover glue, it'll dry. It dries clear, and it's fine. And you either have a little more glue than you need in case it falls off. Okay. So there's that. All right, so that's my nucleus. And so what I'm going to do is gently, in fact, don't do anything yet. Let that dry completely. So it's going to take about 24 hours for it to dry. Okay. So now what I have to do is I have to put on my electrons. And so what you're going to do is you're going to draw, I guess, gently and try not to get any glue on it. This is your nucleus. So this is your nucleus. Okay, so now you have to do your orbital rings. So the first ring, and I have 4, so I'm going to go pretty close in. And yes, we do expect it to be neat. So if you make a boo-boo, fix it as neatly as you can. Okay? So I might need to fix this side. That's why we do everything in pencil first. And the reason I didn't have you draw anything out before is because, honestly, I didn't know how big my nucleus was going to be. Okay? So just make sure it's neat. Remember, this is going to be displayed in your classrooms. You want people to see your best work, not your waste of time work, right? Okay. So I know I'm going to need 4 rings. How do I know I need 4 rings? Because I already checked that out. Okay. So I'm going to draw them in. And the next one, I'm going to use the plate because that seems to make sense. Even using this plate doesn't great work. So again, I can go back and fix it. Because remember, 5th graders, we do our best work. Okay. And then I need another ring, so I'm going to go kind of out here a little bit. And then I got to go one more, so I'll go up here where the ridges meet. Okay. It's not perfect, but all right. So now I'm going to take my worksheet and I'm going to place my electrons. Okay, because there are certain rules. Only the first ring can only have 2. So your black beans are going to be your electrons. And here's what I would do. So the first ring out, and is this. I'm going to put it over here because they're usually pretty balanced. Believe it or not, there's actually a whole lot of method to the madness in science. The universe is pretty magical when you think about all the stuff. It actually does have balance to it. So they'd be on opposite sides. And I'm just going to put a dab of glue and stick it in there. Okay. And then the next ring can hold up to 8 electrons. So this time I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's okay if the glue gets a smidge messy. Just kind of what you do, like with this one right here, I'm just going to like kind of push the glue in so it's like that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now for me, my next one's going to have 8 as well. Okay, so again, I'm going to just put it on there. Just going to put it on there. And it's okay if you need to flatten your plate out some. Like, that's okay, but we're going to put those in. And I'm going to kind of just space it out so it's in between the ones I already have. 6, 7, 8. Okay. And again, the glue dries, so it's okay. I would certainly not put the glue on earlier than you need it to be, so I wouldn't put all the glue on first and then expect it to fit. Ah, my electron's broken out of its shell. Okay. Okay. And again. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. So I have those electrons, and then I'm going to do the last one, and my last one has 5. And scientifically, this might not be the truth, but we're not trying to recreate this in a lab, so it's okay if we're not perfect. Okay. If you want to do it accurately, Google it. If you're just like, yeah, that works, then yeah. But if you want to know how many rings, I'd just Google that. That would be easier. Okay. So now I have my electrons built. And I'm realizing that maybe I should have moved that one in a little bit, but okay. What are you going to do? All right, so now that I have it all placed, what I really want to do is wait 24 hours to let it dry. Glue takes a long time, so we're going to use our imaginations, and like in SpongeBob, 24 hours later. Okay, what you're going to do is take a black crayon, black colored pencil, or Sharpie, and you're going to draw your lines in, because pencil doesn't show up very well. Okay, make sure this is 24 hours later. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to draw, and hopefully yours is a whole lot neater than mine. And it's okay that some of it's still in pencil. But we certainly want to try to be neat, right? You guys can get closer because maybe my glue is not so dry. But that's okay. And then my orbital up here. Clear, my orbitals are falling. Okay, so you're going to go back, and when it's dry, and you're going to put in all the marks that you're supposed to put in. You're going to do your lines. If you wanted to draw your lines in color and marker before you put the glue down, and you're sure that's where they go, that's fine too. But I just didn't do that way, and that's okay. All right, so we're putting in the lines in. Oh. In fact, I maybe recommend doing that. Okay, so there's all the lines drawn in. Now I have to label things. So I'm going to label the nucleus. And you can just do this. Nucleus. Make sure it's neat so I can read it. Proton. Neutron. That's why you gotta wait. Electron. Actually, I'll do electron down here. Oops. Sharpies don't like glue, by the way. Electron. And orbital. Or you can say shell. Whatever is easiest. Okay. Now, mine took about 5 minutes because of this video. Yours, you're going to take a little bit more time. So you're not done yet. So once that's done, you're going to get a piece of, you have an index card in your envelope. And what you're going to do is you're going to write your element card. Okay. So this was number 25. So the atomic symbol, the name, mine was man. Here, let me switch Sharpies since I think I've just glued that one. Ooh. Manganese. And the atomic, the name, or the symbol. Actually, let me redo that. I messed that up. I didn't follow the directions. Let me try that again. Okay, so it would be number 25. The symbol for manganese is Mn. So I put the symbol in. Then I put the name. And then I'm going to put the atomic weight. And you can copy this straight off of your periodic table. And then I'm going to tape it to the bottom of my plate. And then I'm done. So my atomic plate looks something like this. Okay? Really, 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 really important that you be as neat as possible, that you let it dry beforehand and before you finish it. So it really does take 24 hours to dry. All right, everybody, have some fun, but do not start this unless your worksheet has been cleared off. I mean, has been approved by your teacher. All right, everybody, good luck.